Biomutant! The game development studio based in Sweden, Experiment 101, has been working on Biomutants since 2017. In fact, the game itself was meant to be released in 2018, and we saw a playable showcase of the game, but it did not release. Then, in 2019 and 2020, still nothing. Well, here we are, in May 2021, and I can attest to the fact it's finished. If you took Fallout 4 and hiked up the color saturation to Bazinga, and stir in a little Ratchet & Clank gameplay whilst playing as the sidekick from Monster Hunter,
Hey, you!
then add in a whole wine bottle of narration, something that will most definitely scream Little Big Planet at you,
Just a simple press of this button, our adventure will begin.
then you're starting to get the beginnings of understanding what this furry game is all about. After this game, we will be furries, and I welcome it.
What?
So in Biomutant, you're a raccoon-like creature with a boomstick and bubblegum.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
You do, however, have a certain set of skills,
I will never be able to find you.
which you have somewhat forgotten. Your world is ravaged by a plague. You want revenge on the six-fingered man.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Monsters roam the land. The World Eaters are destroying the Tree of Life, which is a thing that must not happen. You and your companion, Jimmy the Cricket, must choose how your story goes, because how the tale ends depends on choices you make along the way. The technical stuff. I'm playing on an Xbox One S on a 4K TV with standard audio. Frame rate stays steady, mostly, with some catch-up on loading the NPCs and creatures spawn in as you arrive. We had 2 full game crashes that sent me to the home screen. The loading times aren't slow, but they are not fast either. They're just meh. Problem is, first impressions are key for most players, and unfortunately mine, for Biomutant, was not that great. The graphics and sparseness of the world had me thinking back to early Xbox 360 games, or even PS2 days. The blades of grass just look odd, like they're underwater and like Nemo's about to swim out of them and touch the butt.
He touched the butt.
Biomutant also has an intense hand-holding introduction.
Leash your toddlers up.
After 5 hours of playing, I thought I was still in the tutorial. Turns out I was in the game. The stalker narrator follows you everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Every time you start up a conversation with a villager, he's there to tell you what they're saying, since you don't speak gobbledygook. Every time something slightly different happens, he tells you.
It's time to create your own path.
The voice in the sky even tells you not to do something when you're not even doing that thing.
Pick your fur type.
Don't get me wrong, David Shaw Parker's voice is wonderfully perfect.
Choose your fur style.
And if he was reading Return to Neverland,
Adventure is in the air.
or the screenplay of The Human Centipede perhaps,
No, you didn't read it!
I'd applaud. But I guarantee you will hear his narration whispers in your head as you sleep.
It's easy to walk the line when you're calmer.
No, now is not time for sleeping. From 2018 to 2020, the script for the game jumped from 85,000 words to 250,000 words. Gives you an idea of how much you will have to listen to the wonderful tones of Mr. Parker.
Parker, hello, you're fired.
But once you give in to the dark side of narration and you've spent about 6 hours being shown what the game has to offer, the world does indeed open up. It does indeed work as a choose-your-own adventure game in the classic dialogue tree sense, which you can get wrong, and there are consequences for those actions. There's also a paragon system, similar to that of Mass Effect, in choosing good or bad, light or dark, in the form of the classic little devil, I'm the devil, and the most annoyingly high-pitched angel on your shoulder.
Whoa, who are you guys?
Ever.
You can't tell him that.
You get to ride on various mounts, beasts you tame, mechs you can build and upgrade, balloons you can try to fly, and hang gliders. You get the gist. The weapon building and skill trees are fantastic. Every build will be unique. This is partly why the game was delayed. The developers needed to get the fighting mechanics balanced, because there is a lot going on the screen when you get into it. To quote girlfriend reviews,
Diarrhea Christmas lights.
will spread across your screen like a colourful array of farts and furry mutant creatures. As you upgrade weapons and mutant abilities, you can combine your kung fu skills
I know kung fu.
Show me.
with fire farts,
Okay.
puke breath,
If I didn't have puke breath, I'd kiss you.
lightning slap, force and icy stares as you slice, dice, dodge and roll. It's definitely a game that the more you play, the better it gets, or probably more accurately, the more you enjoy it because it has so much more to offer.
This is where the fun begins.
From NPCs offering you interesting side quests, to monsters large and small, the more you explore, the more you will find to do. After 15 hours of gameplay, we had completed 8% of the game, so it's rather a large game. And you get to bang your buck. I mean, you get a lot of bang for your buck. The game has a surprising amount of heart and some social commentary, so in between the flaying of monsters and strangely named characters, the story will entice you into the ever-growing world. It's just like the TARDIS.
It's bigger on the inside.
Is it?
So let's all huddle together as we become furry.
So we've been pulling people into a cuddle.
Let's watch season 2 of Beastars together and control our rodent to the ends of Biomutant. Rating? Not finished. So it wouldn't be fair to give it 1. First impressions though, at 5 hours, was frustrated. At 15 hours, however, I was ready to join the raccoon squad.
Oh, my tail swinging.
We will be joining our friends at No Pause Gaming to do some live gameplay of Biomutant, so check that out. There's a link in the description if you want to join us. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. But until next time, live long and Tuesday.